Hey, so my wife took the car into the shop today to get it repaired. She said it was making a funny noise. So the mechanic took it and he drove it around the block and he came back and asked her, he said, have you thought about turning your Taylor Swift playlist off? Nothing? All right.
I thought it was
Got a cricket in the basement.
Yeah. Headphones on, you won't hear it.
Hey guys, welcome to the AFoOL podcast, episode 89. I am not Mardi Gras Man 23, but believe it or not, I'm filling in. He's moving a couch. That's what he says. I don't know if it's
It
true.
says it right there. I'm moving a couch.
Up here, we have Joey. Oh wait, no, you see, I am Mardi Gras.
You're doing great.
Javo. Over here we have Joey, BrickTrains. It's his channel, and just to seal the Mardi Gras. There you go.
Nice, very good. Yes,
We didn't notice a difference.
The image didn't go fuzzy. That's about it.
Oh. So yes, it's episode 89. Earl he's on the way. I don't know if he's really moving a couch or if that's just for Jason.
Well,
Or
he
for
didn't know I was
Tanya.
on here, so that's funny.
Yeah. So as soon as he gets here, we'll let him in. But, so Jason, hey, welcome back. This is what, second or third time on the podcast?
Third, because I came once and then with Alex.
With the other guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely the other guy.
Jabbo, you're in another spot in your basement.
I felt left out because when Earl and then Earl's not here, but y'all are always standing in front of or sitting in front of your Bricklink stores. That's why I'm gonna get in front of mine. Part of it anyway. Oh, I put my tipper truck up there, but you can't see it.
Yeah. What are the little Duplo plushies there? Is that what those are?
Oh, you're supposed to say, is that Lego?
Is that Lego?
Yeah, it's Lego. It's Triangle Man.
Oh, see, now I have those, but I don't. I have those.
It's Triangle Man. It's for like kids with.
Yeah.
Of course, they make it
bigger
than the hole. And then there's a frog that's round, and a chick that's square.
Mine doesn't have plushies.
Mine
has a square.
Oh, they did it with regular bricks or triangles and squares, but they also did the plushy one.
Yeah. Okay.
And I forgot how I discovered these.
Well, now I gotta have the plushies.
I think I did it when I was looking for things that are questionable if they're Lego or not.
Those are definitely questionable. Do they have tags on them? Say Duplo or anything? Surely.
Oh yes, they do definitely have tags on them.
Cool.
I don't know if that shows up.
Yeah, I can make out
there. It is. Yeah.
Lego.
I had never seen those before. Interesting.
Yeah, and I think they're I forget which is. I'm turning away from the mic. Sorry. I think they're in the Explorer or something.
Okay.
Let me look it up.
So it's like an educational thing then. Well, the other one would have been too. I wish I could reach mine.
I'm going to tell you the number because when I was looking for this, I saw those. This is the thing I was talking about. It's only 9 pieces. It's the door, the container, and the item. So it's 3 per thing. So I got 9 pieces, and I was going to try to buy them individually, and it's like, okay, it's not going to work. So I found somebody on eBay. I actually paid 4 times the final bid just for the shipping.
Oh,
it's like $9, and then it's like 40 something to get it here.
$40 to get it here. Wow.
Because it was one of those eBay where eBay does the shipping, like the seller just ships it to eBay and UK where they are, and then eBay shipped it here.
But it was in Europe then, I'm assuming, or Australia.
Yeah, it's in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
Let me find the item. I don't know why. What is it? Purchases. So I bought this on eBay. Oh, they didn't put the. Oh, that's why I got it so cheap. They didn't put the item number. Now I forgot the item number. Oh, I'll look it up.
Explore.
It's
Here we go. See these
shape sorter is what it is. Is what
Yeah.
it's called. Shape sorter. That's what I'm going to look. And unfortunately, if you type it wrong on Bricklink,
you won't find it. Yeah.
shape
How long
sorter.
ago did those come out?
I think early 2000s. Yeah, 2002. Its sets were 3238 and 5426. One was the UK one or the European one, and the other number is for US. Explore, yeah. Or baby. Yeah. Explore being me. That's what it's one of them. The theme is explore being me. I'm a triangle.
That is crazy. They're only $15 though.
Well, on Bricklink?
There's one for $15 and one for $21.
Yeah, so I went to both of those sellers, and it was going to be more. But I kind of the shipping, so I didn't. That's why I ended up getting it on eBay. I saved about $5.
Oh, and those have clear door. Man, I'm gonna have to get one because those have clear doors.
No, they're
trans blue, trans green, trans
blue,
yellow.
Yeah. So they're a little different than the other shapes. Where I want to get the one you have because that's how.
Yeah, the one I have I think has solid doors. You're gonna force me to get up and get it. Hang on.
So it's amazing the things you find on Bricklink when you're trying to find things that don't look like Lego. So start looking in categories like plush or cloth or. We knew we were going to be talking about. This is going to be like a top video because we're talking about Duplo or baby. It's not even in the Duplo theme. It says
it's
Explore
Primo
or baby. Oh. What'd you call it?
Primo.
Primo?
I said Primo, but I don't know.
Is it Primo?
He questioned the way I said it. Primo? Maybe it is Primo.
Well,
I've heard Primo.
Like Scala and Scala.
Scala, yeah. It's supposed to have a big green base plate, but
okay,
I have the green base plate.
Primo.
I don't know. Don't base it on what I say. See, mine are.
Yeah, they're not clear, and it's hard. Is it hard plastic?
Yep.
Yeah. It's funny because the chick barely fits through the door here.
I wonder if there were different combinations. See, my doors don't match. Now I'm wondering, do I have the ones on the wrong one? No, because
well, it's possible. You have to look at the set in the inventory because you can take the doors off.
Well,
it looks like the door matches the top, though, Joey.
Yeah, but it does, yeah.
Yes, but a square, a triangle, and there's different versions of the shape.
Yeah,
I can't say it.
Yeah, I can't either. Shape sorter. So yeah, it shows on the box they're different.
So is that door supposed to come off?
No,
not really.
I think that's weird. That reminds me of that wind-up car I had. It was 11 pieces, but they counted the tire,
right,
the wheel, and the axle. I'm like, those are like one piece. It's not 5 pieces.
Well, now I'm confused because they do show. I don't know why this should not be listed as separate.
No, it shouldn't.
The only way you can take it off is to break it.
Is it?
Because I don't see where it would. No, it cannot come off unless it's in there with. No, I'm not even going to try it.
I wouldn't try it. Yeah. So is your top trans color too? Like trans yellow?
No,
trans? It's solid.
It's more solid, and mine's faded. So.
Well, my blue and blue one is the same color, so
yes, we're into these themes that are very popular with the kids these days, Jason.
Well, we also have 18-month range.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking, how did this podcast devolve into deep dive into pre-Duplo?
This is what happens on the AFoOL podcast.
I don't think that's what they mean when they say attract a younger audience.
No.
We got to do the Miss Rachel voice as we talk about it. So,
oh, there it is. I am now noticing Hopefully it's in the
So-
Duplo. I'm missing the square and the ball, but they're here somewhere.
Somebody probably thought they weren't Lego and threw them out.
No, Dakota's probably put them somewhere, or I did at some point, and just they're here somewhere. That's the problem, somewhere. So, okay,
Well, there we go. That wasn't even on our list of things to talk about.
Wasn't on our list of things to
Probably the
talk
most-
about.
It's not a way to. How far are we into this? Not a way.
10 minutes.
If you've made it almost 10 minutes into the AFoOL podcast, congratulations. We promised we will talk about other stuff, but that was old. I mean, that's over 20 years ago these came out.
So, yeah, it definitely fits our vault appearance. So, should we leave the vault set that I have alone?
No,
you
we
want to
can
talk
do
about
it.
that
I mean, I just put that in the background.
To distract me in my swirl moments. And it worked beautifully. Okay, so this is a repeat of on the vault set.
The limited edition.
Limited edition. So what was really special about this one, Jabbo? What did not come in this box?
All the pieces you need to build it. Oh, you got the bag.
I have the bag. I said before I have this bag and it came in a it has a number even.
Wow.
418307.
So I just totally ripped mine open and
well, I didn't get this from Lego. You know what I mean? I got it secondhand. So
you bought that separately from the locomotive?
Yeah, because I didn't buy this locomotive at the time either.
Yeah. So if anybody
It is
sells
not
a
in Bricklink.
limited edition Santa Fe locomotive without that, the set is not complete.
Correct. You got to have these both. So which ones did it have in it? Because this bag
It came
has
with
red.
gray or dark gray instead of the red.
Okay, because this has
Does it have a light?
the red and the dark or the light bluish gray handles.
Yeah,
which is what it needs to picture to make it match the picture.
You see the handles on there? That's
Yep.
Yeah. So they sent the wrong ones and they packaged the wrong one.
So they basically sent the ones that match their pants.
Well, that's kind of like the Orient Express. You know, the first
With the
batch of
stickers?
stickers were wrong.
Man, I'm so disappointed. Apparently, I guess I got the right stickers.
Okay, did I get the wrong?
You have
one?
your stickers.
If they're metallic, are they shiny? I can't tell. That looks
They're
like it
not
might
shiny.
be yellow. Oh, you
They're
got
yellow.
the first
Oh,
one.
shoot.
Yeah, those are not the right ones. So if you call them, they'll send you gold ones.
Okay,
That's what Alex
there they go.
got.
Wait,
And then
that's wrong?
Yeah, they're gold.
That's what I put on my locomotives.
They're not yellow, they're gold.
Yeah, I still got to call them. I was pretty sure that these didn't look right.
Yeah, because Alex got them, and then he said I got a message like the next day. Oh, we're sending you the right stickers. So, okay.
Did they see his video or he just called them?
No, I think they knew who they sent them to for LAN, probably. Is my guess.
Well, I've seen several LAN members who either just put the stickers on blindly and I think Alex was one of them. Was like, I don't think his stickers are right.
No, he has the right ones. He didn't put them on.
Oh, he didn't put them on. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't put them on because I had asked him about that. I think he took one sticker. I don't think it was a yellow one. I think it was, I don't know, like the mirror or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I obviously didn't put them on, so it.
Did mine look right?
I thought yours looked right, but I also thought Alex's looked wrong. So I am not the judge here.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was paying attention to if it was going to pull all those cars. I didn't think it would. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was telling Joey this. I realized this after I filmed the video because I took the battery box from the Disney train.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I went and I saw, okay, I know I got that. So I went and took it out, put it in there, and that's what it ran. I looked back. I said, when did I use this last? It was 4 years ago. So those were 4+ year old batteries that had been run extensively for that train.
Right.
So I got to try. I got to put fresh batteries in it and see how it does.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised they weren't corroded. Because that's what I find if I leave things in there.
Yeah. After 4 years, they might be. I didn't open the box.
No. If it ran, that's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
So, you did real good at giving it every opportunity by doing the curve and the straight and the curve and the straight and the curve and the straight. That's Lego's version of wide radius.
I broke it up. I was going to do the the wider radius track, but I couldn't find it.
Oh,
So I was like, well, we'll find this way. So
I'm glad you did it that way, because it still shows, because you did it as much Lego as possible, right? You used the Lego motors, you used the Lego battery boxes, you used Lego track, and got it to run fine. It looks good.
Yeah, I had everything was all official Lego.
Yeah,
the batteries.
And I can't say that for mine because I used. Does Lego sell batteries?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, they come in the light box.
Yeah. I was using wide radius track, so I couldn't do it on the same. I could have do it on an R40, and don't even have a setup for that right now. Yeah, Heather's layout has that, but it's apart right at the moment. So, but I don't know. I thought it was
the thing. I was surprised is that the Emerald Knight is bigger. The locomotive.
The locomotive is, yeah. Well, it should be. What is it? It's a 462.
It's more based on whatever, like the Flying Scotsman.
Scotsman, yeah.
So I want. Yeah,
I'm not grabbing my Flying Scotsman.
No.
I don't know. I think it looks good. I like the engine.
Yeah,
and it's typical for an older. Orient Express has been around for a long time, so this is good for that. Whatever time frame era.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube a long time, and I've filtered my comments extensively over the years.
Right.
My platform, my videos are not a place for people's free speech. It's
right.
It's like, if you want that, you go create your own thing.
Right. Yeah.
But I noticed, I was thinking about this a couple weeks ago before I got this set, is that I almost never get bad comments anymore. Like where somebody's just being outright mean or posting links to scam stuff or stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't get those anymore until I bought that set.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I've deleted comments because I don't want to hear it.
Right.
People, it's like, it's not stuff like, oh, it's this could have been better, or I wish it had come motorized. I mean, people have said stuff like that, but I'm talking about, it's just like they've gone into like reasons why the Orient Express, you shouldn't buy the Orient Express because it represents stuff. And I'm like, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care about all that.
I mean, the history of everything is
for rich people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering what they were going to say. That's interesting. I was wondering if it's because you bought two, or I wouldn't have thought people complained about social economic issues.
Yeah.
That's going to get you knocked off of a YouTube channel comment pretty quick, as if you quit talking about Lego and start talking about. Yeah. I mean, I usually don't worry too much about comments that are, I hated it, you're stupid. I was like, okay, great, thanks for the engagement.
No.
But but yeah, if you get into but I don't have too many bad comments either. I don't know about bad comments.
Maybe it's because we just don't get that many comments.
Well,
I was going to say, I'm glad if people say something. So.
Yeah. But it seems like YouTube's channel comment blocker seems to be working better, because I don't see as many, like you said, the weird links and the weird comments.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see it on some of the bigger channels. If I go on there, it's like it's just so annoying, because where they'll create the channel that looks like the creator's channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
go to Cash App.
Spoof, yeah.
Thank you. And I'm like, how did these get on here? But,
right.
So I still see some of those on other channels, and then I want to delete my comment because it's usually a reply, to mine. That's how I notice them. And I've had people like get into an argument with each other on a comment. Like, I left a comment on a video, and then other people start chiming in, because usually I like to say just witty things or funny things on a video as a comment, and then people get in an argument, and there's there's like 30 comments, and I'm like, delete. You did that. You know what happens when I delete my comment? All of them go away.
Yeah.
Go have
Okay,
your conversation somewhere else.
leave me out of this. So I want to talk about this plate. This is the
that
bogey
Santa
plate.
Fe thing?
No, this is just the standard Lego bogey plate.
There's different versions of the bogey plate, though.
There are a couple different versions, but they're basically the same. There's a taller pin and a shorter pin, but they all have the. So here's the thing that I think Lego missed on the Orient Express is they went plates
It's completely flat.
Yeah, it's plates against anti-studs or the bottom of a plate, that side, right? And you can hear it and feel it. It'll get caught every once in a while. And it's not bad. I'm complaining, but I'm not ranting. But this plate here, like, can you see that edge?
It's tapered.
It's just the tiniest of little tape. Whoever thought of this, whatever committee this came out of, thank you. Because this thing does
not on those tight radius curves.
Right, and you can do it against because Lego has put these against anti-studs. Usually they put it against a train base. Of all things for me not to have laying on my desk, a train base. Right, but
train here.
Right. And Earl's always saying you always have everything laying there. I don't have a train base. I seriously do not have a train base. That is crazy.
And you don't have Earl.
I don't have Earl. Earl, where are you, buddy? Come on, sir. But that, of all the smallest little and it's out of system because it doesn't match. If you follow their 1/5 rules, it doesn't. Don't stop making this, please. Me and Brian will be lost if you stop making this.
I'm hoping that they did that Orient Express because of the size of it, and they made it technically as a static model.
Yeah, but I have a hard time believing that. I think they intended to allow. I think they were going to have like a secondary kit, or at least the instructions. And here's the pieces you need. Put it in. But they realized that it's hard on the motor. It's going to eat your batteries, and around that 40R radius track, the standard Lego radius track, it's tough. It has a hard time pulling it. So I think their quality control probably beat them, but it was too easy. I mean, you said you built yours up.
I've started from step one. Yeah. In fact, I waited until I got the motor. I built all the cars and the track, and I was just waiting for that motor, and I couldn't even start because you had to start on step one. Actually,
which is the wheels.
Yeah,
the frame.
There's a bit of the frame, and then when I got to the step with the motor, I had to wait, and then I ended up taking it out of the bulldozer.
Okay.
So now I got an excuse to build the bulldozer.
Right. But it was fairly easy. Just a few parts, and
it's not a complicated gear system. So
right,
it's pretty simple.
Yeah,
and the battery box especially. So
yeah, it's a little hard to get them in and out, but it's obvious that they left plenty of room in there and essentially cable management to get the cable. I think it was probably really late in the game when they realized, ooh, this is going to be heavy. When you're building stuff digitally, there's gravity. I've said it before. Gravity's a B. Yeah. You don't build that stuff in digital form and not really pay attention to that stuff. Weight and gravity just don't play any factor.
For the history of Lego trains, they've always limited the number of carriages or cars, as I call them. It's because the motors, none of the train motors were really designed to carry long trains.
No. Which is why people like me and Brian and Earl's done it, and you've done it. We've all put in multiple motors into our trains. It was really easy in 9-volt. Oh, that's the other thing. The top of the motors, the 9-volt motors, or I guess all the motors, they have the same profile.
Oh, that tapered.
Brilliant, Lego. Brilliant. I compliment you completely on this. Don't stop, please.
You know what? They do something good every now and then. I may just take up this Lego hobby.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny is all the guys that do the 8 wide stuff, none of them use these plates. They do the BMR Brick Model Railroader. They did tiles to plates, and they used the hinge, or not the hinge, but the
the turntable.
The turntables and stuff, but they still rub, and and if anything comes out of, if it's not all just absolutely pressed together good and tight, it'll hang. And just, or unless you got a good solid piece underneath there. But anyway, that's my not a rant. Oh, and I have one other thing, because I had this comment a couple times on my channel about the Orient Express. So people were having problems. They said it doesn't work. You're not right. You got to quarter your wheels, people. This is an age-old thing. It's in the Lego instructions, or no?
This happened with the Emerald Knight as well.
Mm-hmm.
I get people, oh, it doesn't work, and I'm like, you didn't build it right.
Right. Right.
And it's one of those things that I you know what, I didn't have time. I was gonna there's a physics reason, I'm sure, why that the wheels have to be quartered.
I don't. Yeah, I
you know what we're talking about.
I was going to say you might want to explain to people what quartering your wheels mean.
Okay, so this drive shaft here, drive rod, connecting rod is at the bottom. It's just a little offset, but it's basically at the bottom. Now, if I turn this around, this one is to the back.
Gotcha.
So it's one quarter.
A quarter turn.
Quarter turn different. I gotcha.
If I was like building my own and never knew about that, I'd want them to be lined up together. But you got to have them. You got to have them a quarter off.
They got to do this.
No, I think
not even
I don't think it's really called out in the instructions. Probably is it?
There is.
They do. They don't explain it.
They don't explain it
with words.
Okay.
But visually, they show you where you need to be. But somebody, oh, that's not important.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Earl is pinging me. He's texting me. Not that I can't see him. I see you, Earl. Hi. You ready? Here he comes. Oh, he's fuzzy.
Don't even start that.
He's so funny.
Welcome, Earl.
How's the couch?
Finish moving the couch.
Were you really moving a couch?
No.
Oh, you ruined it.
No. The plan was 7 o'clock, and then my wife had something to do with my granddaughter, and I was like, okay.
Oh, grandkids take precedence.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I do. Earl knows too. Jason will get there.
Thought we'd be home, but can't miss those kind of things. So
that's absolutely true. So
what I miss?
Well, we've been talking about the Orient Express.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
You missed some Primo talk.
Yeah, we started off with Primo.
You didn't miss much.
Somebody got some Primo bricks.
Yeah.
Well, the one's right behind him there, right over his shoulder.
Then we were talking about quartering your wheels.
Quartering your wheels. As we do the AFoOL podcast catch up.
Yeah. But normally we forget what we've already talked about.
We do, usually. Yeah.
All right.
So
I guess at some point we got to talk about Jason here because he's in here.
Yes.
Should we kick him out and make him come back in since he was supposed to be a surprise guest halfway through?
Well, I was going to say, I popped in, but you guys were just chatting, waiting for Earl. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jason, let's turn it over to you. You have something?
I do. I have a little bit of a surprise. So here's a
look at that.
But this is I gotta go the other way. This is I have a couple surprises. So Joey, I saw your sig fig you created. The Lepin knockoff Bricks and 5.
Oh, I don't have him.
So I made a Lepin.
Nice.
So he can be on the
I
couch
actually looked
too.
at my original figure on my channel.
Oh, that is great.
Uh-huh.
So there you
I
go.
love those glasses.
So, I'm like, oh, those are kind of good. I'll put those on. So I put this together last week. My wife and I went on a little road trip for our anniversary.
Oh no.
And, I thought I'd share with you.
The Mardi Gras mover commercial was almost as good as our commercial.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I got to stop listening to the breaking news while I'm driving.
Well, your insurance will go up.
I've used audio for Joey and Earl, so I guess you just got to wait your turn, Jabbo.
Oh no.
I just want to know how many hours of content do you skim through to get those little bits?
Well, it takes time. I try to think back, like, what did they talk about in this episode? So, yeah. Anyway,
That's why now, Earl, you know why our viewer count's all the way up.
Yeah,
That was
Not
all
because of me.
160,000 views was Jason.
Yes, give it through. Nice.
Yeah. So on our trip, there's something we did. A couple things I think you might have some interest in. I don't know. Am I able to share?
You should be able
images?
to. I may
Let's
have
see if this
to
works.
approve
I don't
them, but I'm not sure how they're going to show up on my side.
I've never done it on this. Let's see.
That's all right.
Joey,
This
do
is-
you have our soundbite queued up?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
We talked about that last night.
Did you?
I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
I don't like Lego.
Fill in the time there.
All right. Let's see.
It
So
wouldn't
this is
be
what
an
I
April
look like when I'm
podcast if
trying
it
to-
didn't have technical issues.
Yeah.
All right.
We're so good
All
at
right.
it.
Is it sharing? I'm trying to share.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know.
share. It's present and then share.
Is it not allowing him to present?
Well, I clicked
It's-
share screen.
Wait,
and
you
now
said yeah, he's sharing, but I don't see anything.
No, I know he's trying to.
I'm trying.
Are you in the?
I
You're
have
the sh-
Mardi Gras Man Tech working it over here.
So you in your StreamYard
Let's see.
video window, you should have a present button at the
I
bottom.
I do, and I click on it, but it's not sharing. I'm trying to.
Okay, well, when you click on it, it should be
Share
share
screen?
screen.
Let's see.
Share screen.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have either the window or the entire.
You
Let's
do the
see.
window and then pick the
Let me
window
see
that
if
you
this
want.
works. Is this that? It is lost permit. Oh, geez. Give me a second here.
It is
We got
more.
2 hours.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, Jabbo, did you get a Fortnite influencer box while Jason looks for his picture?
What's that?
Yeah. I just saw today
Oh.
that everybody's getting Fortnite influencer boxes.
I
Do
saw
they
one
have-
last
do
night.
they have?
Well, what's crazy is you open the Fortnite influencer box, and then in the bottom of it, there's a dream set.
Mhm. Evidently, that's in the game.
Oh, is that
Ah.
right?
That's what he was told because we were
Oh.
talking about it. He's like, Alex talks about that. I'm not going to say much because
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't.
it's not on Tuesday's video, but it'll be the one coming out after Christmas. And to answer your question from last week, Earl, yes, we generally record 2 episodes at a time.
Okay. Oh, that does make for a long day then.
So,
Well, we used to do like 3 at a time.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My wife's over there saying, especially when Alex doesn't stop talking.
Time out.
Yeah.
To make a long
Um,
story short,
You just hit the button when you got it.
10 minutes ago.
Well, it's not working.
So I don't understand Fortnite. Why? Because people buy virtual things to play in the
Mhm.
game, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the only thing that Lego is going to do? Is that what they're? I'm not sure how that investment works because Fortnite is Fortnite's game. Shouldn't Fortnite have been paying Lego?
Are they going to make
It's a
Fortnite
whole
set,
game, right?
or is it
it's a-
just a game?
It's its own game. Lego Fortnite.
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
they have like a Lego version of it, I guess. Alex was talking about it because he wasn't interested in it, but his friend's like, "Let's play." I guess I'll tell you what we're going to talk about, so you don't have to watch. Anyways, he was
Well,
like
is
not
it-
excited by it, and he said it's actually a lot of fun. He said, "I think it's a
Wow.
lot of fun." He said it is different than regular Fortnite. It has like Lego characters and stuff, but he said that yeah, he said his friend was like, "We don't have to play this anymore," and he's like, "No, it's okay. We'll keep playing." Then he said he played like 4 hours or something.
Oh my goodness!
I was gonna say it'd have to be different than normal Fortnite because I think normal Fortnite is more of a military. I guess.
Yeah, that one,
shooting.
I guess you like try to eliminate each other and be the last one standing kind of thing. But this, I
Yeah.
guess everyone builds the community together is what Alex was saying.
I'd heard it's kind of like a crazy cross between Fortnite and Animal Crossing, which is a build a community kind of game. My wife and her friend play it all the time, and I'm like, it's snowing on their islands.
Build it.
Huh?
Soon she can build it, right? Isn't it coming to Lego?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So are they going to have physical product with Fortnite? They're going to have the Animal Crossing, but what about Fortnite?
We got a llama.
Do you?
Well, they have free instructions. Yeah, that would be interesting. Are we going to have? We got a dream set.
I mean, they can't even make the proper Mario
So
stuff.
I do know this. They have limited time prints you can do at the minifig factory at the Lego store.
Oh, that are Fortnite related.
They're Fortnite, like I don't know, some hamburger face and
way
some...
too much for a minifigure there.
Mm-hmm.
$10, right, to get?
Yeah. Yeah.
So since you said that, while we're waiting on Jason, you want to talk about the disappointing space minifigures?
Ugh.
Yeah.
What a disappointment.
So I don't want to be disappointed because I mean there are neat things in there.
Yeah.
There are throwbacks, which I think you would be expected. But,
Right.
But how can you do an entire series of Lego Space
and not do any
and not
classic?
Introduce a different version of the classic Spaceman?
Right. Well, that's the pink baby.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing.
I was thinking we could split the case 3 ways like they're doing for the next one, but
I don't know that I want it. I mean,
I don't know if I'm worried. There's only like maybe 2 in there that I would, and one of them is the pink baby.
And right now I'm wondering, did I mess up hoarding all the M-Tron figures? Because it looks like it's got a regular M-Tron torso. One of them.
Yeah. Why did they pick one M-Tron character? So is this the problem with this? Just so you know, Jason has given me a task, so I am now double.
Oh, you're able to share his screen?
I'm multitasking.
Yeah, I can't get it to share. It's telling me I've got to restart Chrome if I want to do something.
Oh, don't do that.
And you don't want to lose me.
Yeah.
I really will be playing Mardi Gras Man's part.
Yeah, you'll be making your own commercial.
So is this a generational thing? Because people like us that grew up on classic space, every time we hear the word space, we just talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Or is it people?
It could be the old we're disappointed because we're thinking classic space and there's no intentions for classic space. It's just space.
And they've definitely decided to use the classic space logo to co-opt or co-brand all of their themes with a space thing. I don't know that it's bad, but it doesn't appeal to me, and I'm not sure that they meant to appeal to me either.
No, I mean I don't want to sound like I'm just like trashing on the theme. I mean I want to get there's at least one set I want to buy, and it's Space Technic Space.
Hey, there we go.
So I guess that's what we get to see, huh?
Well, that's as close as I can get with and still running my lips. So
that's better than I could do.
So we went to Wyoming and Colorado. Is that like the Four Corners? That's not Four Corners.
No, it's not Four Corners.
So is the next commercial going to be the what's the Traveling Man song? Everywhere Man, is that
Everywhere Man?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna now that I have an Alex figure and a Jason figure, you have all 3 of us. Oh, we all need to go Brick World. That's what we need to do and take a real picture. I keep trying to get these guys to go. I don't know if I'm ever going to.
I want to go.
I know.
It's always something coming up.
Did you see the next one? Was there a video that came through after that, Joey?
A video.
Yeah.
Oh. Hang on.
Because this is the part you guys are going to want to talk about.
Okay, hang on. I think I'll have to. Okay.
Because my wife and I, it was our anniversary, and we were we didn't know what we were gonna do. So I'm like,
So
why
you
don't
brought
we...
us with you?
Well, that's just part of the deal when we go anywhere, evidently. So I'm like, well, we could just drive over. There's the minifig factory over there.
Right.
So she's like, we're gonna drive for the Lego store. That's what we decided. Yeah. So we drove over, but we made a stop off. I don't know. Did it come through?
I got it. I've downloaded it to my phone. So now I'm trying to find it in my phone.
Okay.
So keep talking. I'm listening.
So as we were headed into Denver, we made a stop somewhere about an hour north of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in Boulder?
No, it's
Golden?
north. It's up by what is it, Fort Collins, in that area. There's a little town called Loveland.
Oh, Loveland.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Download. Okay.
So we went and checked out the bricks and minifigs there.
Okay.
Because they have a bricks and minifigs, and they have a display with a lot of the old Samsonite stuff.
Right.
Whoa.
And they have a couple boxes. I just sent a couple pictures over to you, Joey, that like they've got packages that say Loveland on it, and it's pretty cool. And I was thinking about you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay, let me see if I can do this. This will be interesting. Let's see. Share screen. I want to share the window. And the question will be,
Hey, that's a better picture now.
There we go.
the question will be, will it play the audio? You'll have to tell me real quick. If
There
it's
is no
playing.
audio in it.
Oh, okay.
I took it out because it was cars driving by.
Oh.
I can simulate it. Zoom, zoom, So this,
Come on. Hang on.
it doesn't really matter if it plays or not. All it does is focus on the building instead of you guys. But
Oh.
this is this is interesting, I'm sure, for everyone watching. What this is at the Samsonite Factory.
Oh, that's the building that used
That's
to be
outside the Samsonite Factory. It's now Rise Broadband.
Yeah.
So you guys made it to the Samsonite Factory.
Oh wow.
No.
That is awesome.
Wow.
I can't get it to
It's
play.
funny. You go. There's
Just
I'll put it
years
in
too late.
the mess. Yeah, exactly. I guess so. It's interesting because I talked to the gal at the Bricks and Minifigs, and she was probably in her 20s, and she's writing a book on the Samsonite Factory out there.
Really?
And so she's talked to some of the people that worked there. And it was
Wow.
quite interesting. And she showed me some pictures. She said, I can't let you take a picture because I don't own it. Some lady just let her see it. But it was a picture of like the executive who was from Lego, like assigned to the Samsonite Factory, I guess. And he was there in front of like this big elephant sculpture that was made out of brick. It was super cool. And she was like, yeah, the lady that worked there, she said he's not a nice guy. But
Shocking.
but it was cool because they have like one of the old wooden fire trucks. So if you saw the Beyond the Brick, they went to that store and they have a video of it in there. But it was interesting.
What's Beyond the Bricks?
That's a higher version of Alex and my community commentary.
Oh, okay.
We're the low budget version of that we joke about. But she told me that the sides of the building had bricks on it, like Lego bricks.
Really?
And they were made out of either
building?
stucco or concrete. She said, I haven't been able to find out for sure, but they were like colored Lego bricks. So it looked like Lego bricks on the side of the building. And up until, so after Samsonite moved out, Waterpick moved in, and they still stayed on there. Because it was 86, I think she said Samsonite moved out. Because they still made, I don't know, tables and luggage stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. But she said it was just not too long ago that the new people in there, they had them remove the bricks off the wall. And people tried to stop it, but they didn't.
They did.
So.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, I'm having trouble.
Oh, And while I was at the Bricks and Minifigs, they had this in their bin, so I had to buy it. The instructions.
The tow truck.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, that's kind of the Samsonite era-ish.
Are you gonna? So you're gonna build that?
That is definitely.
It was just the instructions. I
You-
could.
you-
I don't know. I
you-
guess I could try to build
You've
it.
got to try to build that so you can have it for Alex for the show and tell,
I don't-
so he can. So Alex
I
can play with.
I
that.
don't have this piece.
You probably don't have most of the pieces.
I
That's
actually
the one-
found.
Yeah.
I found one of these bricks
Okay.
in the bulk at Bricks and Minifigs once, so I grabbed it. It's got that same font, but yeah, the tires. I don't have
There's a
those.
bunch of 1x2 red plates on it.
Yeah, that's probably about the only things I do.
Well,
Yeah.
Jabbo, tell him about the gray plate that's on
So
there.
it's got a special gray plate.
Yep.
That's got a narrow front and wider in the back, and it's got a pin on the other underside of it. And almost all of them, the pin breaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's for that steering feature.
Like this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
And
the
then
other side of that gray plate
there's-
is a pin. And that you see the two little dots on the white wheel brick.
Right there.
Yeah, those the pin goes in between those, so that when you turn it, it bends the pin, and then when you let go of it, the pin pushes the wheel back straight.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, so the pins will eventually break.
You say you have the Lego logo piece?
I do.
Which
The
version?
1x4 brick.
Is it
I
one
don't know.
by four?
It looks like that, and it has that logo. It looks like a 1x4.
It's
Is
a
it?
one by
Maybe it's a
two.
1x3.
It's a one.
That's a 1x3. So maybe I don't have that. I don't know.
It's a 1x2.
One by two.
It's a 2?
It's
Oh, it is.
okay.
It's
My
a one.
phone is not letting me.
Oh,
I don't know what the heck. It's pictures. I probably could find the similar pictures. It's pictures of the Lego Loveland boxes.
See?
Hang
Well,
on.
here.
let me do this.
I can do,
iPhone.
let me just do this. We're going to do this the really old-fashioned way. I was going to
this?
say I have them that way.
Yeah. Those are really cool. I have 1 or 2 boxes with that Lego Loveland. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, very cool. That suitcase. Do you have a picture of the red and white suitcase that's sitting there? It's
let
too
me see.
to the
Yeah, I
right
know
to
which
the
one you're talking about. Let me see if I have a video.
okay.
are you going to be
funny-
posting something, or have you posted something and I missed it?
No, I haven't posted it because I was going to wait until after I showed you guys.
Okay.
I am 100% sure, or at least 99% sure, that case was never sold. Yes,
Oh, the solid red one.
the red with the white trim, that is not a Samsonite case. That is a European case. And that is older than Samsonite. 50s. So I do not believe that to be a Samsonite case. I think people get confused because and another thing that I read, Samsonite made lots of cases. I have a big blue one. It's really cool. They're all plastic. Because Lego or because Samsonite knew how to make plastic. That particular case is cardboard. I have one.
I have some cardboard
Yeah.
cases as well.
Yeah. I don't think that when because I seen that somewhere else and I thought, ooh, that's a little bit of an issue because I could be wrong. Maybe Samsonite. Now, Samsonite may have imported some of those.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they could have
They very well
sold
could have
them.
sold them. Yeah.
Yes, that is absolutely true. But that is not but they also made their own. There are Samsonite Lego cases. So, in fact, there's a yellow, one of those snap lid ones. It came from Canada, but because it would have been 70s, but it actually says Samsonite and Lego on it, both. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that is so cool. I would like to go out to that little. Is it? You say it's a Bricks and minifigure?
Yeah, there's a Bricks and Minifig, and
Yeah.
there's the
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's in
nice.
pretty good condition. That
Yes,
Sure.
it
yeah,
is.
it's for sale. You can buy it. It was I think 10 grand.
That's it. I
how
mean,
much? How much did you pay for the instructions?
$1.50.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I was
Not
like,
10 grand.
okay.
That's where you're going.
No, I was just like, I hope they didn't charge you too much. That's fair. That is actually a fair. price.
Well, I was like $1.50. I'm never gonna build it, but I gotta buy something
Yeah.
that's kind of from that time, and it
I'll
was
s-
right on the front of the box.
Yeah.
of-
I'll send you the parts. I'll send you the parts. Oh, dude, it's $3 worth of parts. The one gray plate and the one.
Well, don't send me broken pins. No, I'm just kidding.
I will. Everything I send you won't be broke, but they will. In fact, I have a bunch of that stuff that I sorted out a long time ago, and it's actually in the store, but I won't. It's not in my. It's in a stock room. It's not for sale. Just because I. It's one of those things. It's like I ain't ready to turn it loose, and I'm afraid vintage pieces like that. I don't think everybody understands. And somebody just buys a vintage piece and they're like, "This is scratched. It's yellowed. It's old. I get it. It's 50 years old. Yeah." So I don't even want to try. I try to stick to new pieces unless it's something. If it's something old, it has to be a really kind of a bricks and giggles thing. It's got to be a real good piece before I'm going to sell it, because I'm just not into selling used Lego on Bricklink yet. It may happen, but
I'm thinking about all of us in this generation. I mean, I'm not in this generation, but
you're in my generation,
the YouTube generation, you know,
Yes.
which is basically from 2010 and up. I mean, there were people before 2010, but like building their collections, showing their collections. It's only been like 10, 15 years, and some a lot less than that. But it's like you have Lego on display for a long time or built for a long time, it's just going to deteriorate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The dust and the light and the rebuilding and.
Well, as we've talked about it before, and you were just discussing it in one of your videos, Jabbo, the UV light, even from the LEDs, it deteriorates the color. There's nothing they can do really about it either. I mean, it is what it is.
And I've had
even having your minifigs put together, like they're just standing there, they could crack, right?
They can, yes.
So what are you going to do? Take the hands off and the arms off? And
there's some people do that.
There's no fun in that, though.
No.
It's in a box in the corner, but I have it. What's the point?
Oh, don't push that button, because I have a lot of things in a box in the corner.
Well, that's because you have too much. That's not where you keep everything, right? That's different.
Yeah.
I got boxes all over here. So
I'm just perusing my thing here. Okay, Earl, did you put this in here? The Legos. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I was watching a deal on Todd McFarlane. Joey, you probably don't know who that is, but huh?
Go ahead.
So he created Spawn, but before he did that, he came up through doing comics, and when he worked at Marvel, they gave him the Spider-Man. He wrote he started his own series of Spider-Man. So the first issue, they just printed like an ungodly amount of different covers. This is probably when Jabbo started getting turned off on comics.
If you bought 50, you got a gold version. If you bought 100, you got a platinum version or something like that.
And they had ones that they put on newsstands that were in a bag, and they had ones that they put in comic shops that weren't in a bag. So, and they had different So the whole purpose of it was, how many different variations can we get the buyer,
buy the same thing in a different variation?
The speculators to buy. And it was kind of like the junk wax baseball cards had trickled into the comic book collective. It's like, the manufacturers, the printers, they didn't care about, all they cared about was how many could they print, how many could they sell. So do we think Lego is taking a turn since COVID with the speculation market, where Lego, you saw last year, just pumped out all these hundreds of sets? And then this year they've kind of pumped the brakes and they put all this stuff on clearance. You think there's any correlation with that?
You're saying like too much of a good thing, or
right? Like Lego is just pumping it out because we don't care. You guys are going to keep buying it. The speculators in the resale market are going to keep speculating and buying them and putting in closets. So, like 10 years from now, the stuff that people's hoarding is going to be like barely worth the retail that you paid for it now. Where
I think there's some truth that if there was a bunch of people who decided that this was the time to really believe that Lego is more valuable than gold, and they've bought lots of it, and there's going to be a glutton of it available in 10 years. It's not going to be
Right.
And the problem is things that become popular after they've been discontinued, often when they were available, they weren't sold in the quantities. That's why go to Spider-Man, a McFarlane Spider-Man #1, it's worth a little bit. And if you have one of the variations, it's worth a little bit, but it's not going to be worth as much as Amazing Fantasy #15 with the first appearance of Spider-Man. You're never going to recreate that. And that's what comic books, they'd always start new series. Oh, a new #1. And people are like, I got to get the #1 because it's going to be worth a lot. No, they didn't get shredded like the ones back in the 60s did if nobody bought them.
Right. And they didn't produce as many in the 60s or earlier.
And so it's like I think about stuff that I had castle sets on clearance in the late 80s, in the early 90s. I was buying castle sets on clearance. I didn't have any way to resell them back then.
Right.
I wasn't thinking of reselling. I was just like, oh, this is great. I got all these. I can make my castle bigger. I got these are $1. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I had stuff that like today, if somebody saw what I had then, they'd be like,
right.
It's like insane collection, but it's like it was a set that was on clearance for $1. I'm like,
well, it's like, so one of the more recent examples I think of is like the Star Wars Rebels line. Like those sets, they were on clearance.
I had no interest in those.
A lot of people didn't, they didn't watch the show, but now, Mandalorian has crossovers, all these things. You can see the prices. Like, so they had the Phantom 2 shuttle, the only one that has the Thrawn figure in it.
Yeah.
That set was on clearance all day at Walmart. And it wasn't a particularly good looking set. They had one and it was opened and it was like $250. And it's all because of mostly that figure. But it's the same thing, like the old Ghost ship that has, Zeb and all those figures, or the black-haired Kanan and, all that kind of stuff. That's what makes it, valuable. It become popular after and people can't find it.
Yeah. Right. You can't intentionally set to make something in demand.
Yep.
Unless you do scarcity, like you intentionally make it scarce.
Usually if it's stamped with collector edition, it's not.
No. Or limited edition.
Well, it's like he showed earlier before you got here, Earl. Joey showed his limited edition Santa Fe train. Like there was only 10,000 made. Now, if Lego limited something to 10,000 now, and they told you that it's going to be limited to 10,000, how hard do you think it would be to get it?
Well, it would sell out in 5 minutes on Bricklink.
Right.
Yeah. They do that. It's the Bricklink designer program.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
I bought 5 of the Santa Fe train when it came out. No problem. The only reason I got 5 is because that was the limit. They had a limit of 5.
Well, you bought 5 of the limited version?
Limited edition, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I guess to go along with that, so you were just talking about the Rebels sets and then the Thrawn character stuff. So that value went up, and I'm sure there were plenty of speculators, or a few speculators. Did they ride that bubble, or are they still waiting for a 10-year bubble that may not appear? Right? I mean, I don't know. It's a speculation, because that's part of it, right? If you see the price, like the Cara Dune figures or something, right? When we saw that went up, everybody was like, "Oh, let's try and do that real quick." But I have one somewhere in a closet somewhere. But
I think that happens. The Cara Dune thing happens more often than you buy a bunch of something and then it becomes super valuable.
Right. Yeah. You got to really be paying attention to your market.
Well, and the Cara Dune thing, I think, was more widely known, right? Like, and that's why people hoarded it. And so then they produced more and they were selling it because people were hoarding it. And now no one wants it.
So if people were buying that Black Panther bust,
that's going to be worth money because no one's buying it, Jabbo.
That's probably going to be the one. That stuff like that is like that goofy foosball table.
You guys joke about the Black Panther. It might be in 10, 15, maybe 20 years. It might actually be worth something sealed in set. Now, how many has Jabbo parted out? Because all he's doing is raising the price of the one that is sealed. Yeah.
Well, a lot of it also has to do with, is there scarce items in there? Like a Captain Rex or, some figure like that. And there's no figure in there. Is there any sort of unique piece in it?
Nothing that potentially won't come back.
Captain Rex, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So if they do, are they doing that just like the goat, just because they think people are going to buy multiples because they don't have the original, and the original's, secondary market is worth so much? So
I'm sure that there's a certain amount that Lego's sitting there thinking, look, this is a very popular figure on the secondary market. They know that now because they have Bricklink. So anybody says they don't care or don't know, they do. They spent money to know that information. But are they speculating that they're going to sell a lot of these figures and just because they created a chase figure?
Would they have sold it? Would the goat be worth as much if it was in like 4 sets back in the day?
No, because it would have been available.
It wouldn't be.
Right.
Or else the pig would be worth a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I just think it can't be coincidence that Alex and I interviewed the head of LAN, and I asked him, do you know how valuable the goat is? And 4 months later, they're making a goat.
There you go.
Yeah.
The real
we are
influencers.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, I think what we've talked about in the past too is the whatnot effect.
Yeah.
That's what's driving the Star Wars.
That's what's driving a lot of the figures, which clones. I don't.
Well, how much do you think? Because Lego is usually about 3 years out in their design process, the way I understand it. I'm sure some things come faster, some things come slower. But where are we now since COVID? Are we seeing, like, when they went into COVID hiding like the rest of the world did, are we seeing a decrease because of that? Did they have a moment where they were like, ooh, everybody's home now, let's sell more Legos?
No, I definitely think they did well during that time.
They did.
And there's a lot of people who built Lego sets who, some of those great pictures that Jason likes to take, that they actually did that. I mean, I listen to Rich Eisen all the time, and he had God, what's his name? Can't think of his name, but what is his name? But anyway, he had him on, and he noticed the Lego set in the background. So these two football radio guys start talking about
Lego,
building Lego sets, and he had built the Eiffel Tower, and he had built the big sets because they started during COVID, and it's not like they have massive collections like us, but
right,
they still dabble with it because that's when they picked it up.
Is this the guy? There was, I think it was a football player I seen the other day, and he said, "I don't play with Lego, I build Lego."
No, that was a guy for the Pacers. He's a basketball player.
Oh, baseball. See, round ball, funny ball.
You're fine.
Sports ball.
You're fine. I knew how it was for you when Alex was talking about F1 and was all excited. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. He's all excited. Right? I'm like, yeah, it's exciting. And this is, I think, what you were referring to there.
Yes, that's the greatest. Yeah.
Awesome.
Did you have to set the camera up on a timer and then go sit down and hold the pose?
Yeah, I told my wife, stand there till I get over here. She's like, what are you doing? Just do it. It'll be good. Okay.
So we're good. I want to talk a little bit about this. I got a no. What'd I get? A no shipping
seller?
Yeah, non-shipping seller email notification. Now, the thing is in a comment said, I got the shipment, but it was missing 4 of the parts. Okay, so I'm not a non-shipper. I shipped it to you. If it's wrong, please contact me. I'll send you the parts. If I missed them, there was only 6 pieces, and I missed 4 of them.
How did you miss 4 out of 6?
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll refund the whole money. But why are we go all the way to non-shipper and you got the shipment? So I I contacted him every possible way. He got 3 emails because I replied to the email that was sent, which I think just went right back to Bricklink.
Oh no, you can't. Yeah, you got to reply in Bricklink.
Yeah, well, and I sent the guys because he was a customer of mine. I had his email address, so I replied to that, and then I went into the order and I replied through that, basically the same text each one. Hey, sorry, you're missing your parts. What are you missing? I'll ship them to you, refund you, whatever you need. He finally gets back to me and says, "Oh, sorry, I messed that up." Wait a minute. What the heck? Don't be just clicking on because you only get like 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
So where do
can he retract that, or is that permanently on your record?
I don't know because I can't find it.
If you can't find it, that means he canceled it.
Okay.
Because you should see that on the order page.
I don't see anything anywhere.
Okay.
Order pages. And see, he marked the order as complete, but he never left feedback. I see nothing. I don't see it
that
on
might be better.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had one on I had one on eBay that I bought one of the Iron Man figs, and like a week goes by and he still hasn't shipped it. So then I request, I went on there, what's going on with it? Never answered. And then I get an email from eBay. We see it hasn't shipped. So eBay is trying to cancel it. So I contacted him and he finally replies and he says, "I'm having trouble with eBay payments." I said, "Okay, so you want to cancel it?" He says, "I don't know how to do that. Can you cancel it from your end so it'll refund you?"
Yeah, I've had the same thing before.
Okay, let me do that for you, pal.
Yeah.
I can remember when I first started, or it wasn't when I first started eBay or PayPal, whatever, Bricklink. Anyway, I went to buy from a store, and it was when the tax thing, when they started collecting taxes, and he had a store in the United States, and it said we don't ship to Indiana. So I was like, what is going on here? Why do you not ship to Indiana? And what was because he didn't have his PayPal, the way you have to have a PayPal account, whatever it is, set up. I had to walk the guy through it so he could actually accept my payment and ship me my order.
Yeah.
I thought you had to convince him that you actually do have a post office.
Yeah. Well, one stoplight, but we do have a post office.
Well, I've run into that on Bricklink because there's someone that has a sealed Indiana Jones set I wanted to buy.
Yeah.
But they are in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And it says ships to you. So I go to buy it, and then it says it doesn't ship to Utah. So it's kind of the exact same thing.
I think it is exact same thing. They do not have they don't have a payment method set up correctly.
Yeah, that's generally if you got because if they don't ship to the United States, then you shouldn't even see their store.
You're right.
But if they do ship to the United States, but then you can't check out, they don't have the payment usually.
Yeah. Well, because I messaged him, I'm like, "Hey, what's the deal here?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, we can do it. Just send me a message." And so I sent him one, and I never heard back. So I'm like, "Well, I guess I won't buy it."
Yeah.
See if he ships to one of our states, we could forward it to you.
There you go. I don't want it to go to Joey. He'll keep it.
Yeah. Oh, look.
So while we're on the topic of orders, I have a question for you, Jabo. Have you had any interesting Bricklink orders this week?
Yeah, I had one that I thought about doing a Pablo, which is the video, showing me picking the order, but I didn't.
So who was that order from?
It's some guy named Jason. I almost missed it.
Did you have an
I was
Oswald
curious if you'd catch it. No Oswald.
But yeah, sometimes you can buy, or people that can buy from you, but you only know them as their handle.
Yeah. Yep. I know my handle is Jason. It's Bricks5, whereas my name is Jason.
And
it was way different.
Well, when you throw the last name in there, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I know. My wife, she's like, he's gonna know, because I recorded ordering it. I'm gonna make a video out of this, but
okay,
nice. I'm like, it'll be funny. We'll see if he noticed. And I was hopeful it would have arrived by today.
Oh no, you didn't get it yet.
No, it should be here tomorrow.
Wait,
it was super fast. I didn't order it till just
wait a minute
over the weekend.
You can see the tracking.
I don't know. I have the UPS dashboard where it shows me my package is coming.
Okay.
So I assume it's your package.
USP, yeah.
Yeah, because I always
don't-
get people like when I buy from other people, I can go to my PayPal
Mhm.
and I see the tracking if I want to look at
Yeah,
it. Most
I
time I don't
didn't.
care. I don't
didn't
usually
look that
care.
up that much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always get people, can you send me the tracking? I'm like, well, you paid with
Use
PayPal.
PayPal, yeah.
Just go look
Well,
at it yourself.
And I always put the tracking number in the orders. I copy it in just so that it's there on
I
BrickTrains.
usually
Next
don't.
step. I only do it
Yeah,
when they ask now.
That's what I only do it when they ask.
Well,
And
I
usually
mean,
it's in their mailbox.
If it had come, we could have done a haul right here, and I could have called you out on the missing parts or whatever.
Yeah.
Giving you instant feedback. Non-shipper.
I've made so many mistakes this year, and so with your order, I was like, I can't make a mistake.
Well, it's funny you say that because my wife, it was a couple episodes ago, you were talking about that. She's like, why are they saying how bad they are at running their stores? Are they trying to not get sales?
Well,
yeah.
I think it's part of it is like dealing with problems because there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, both as buyers and sellers. And I had a guy, he didn't do anything wrong. He just had a made up name for his name. And the package got returned to me. It was I shipped it on December 6th. I got it back on the 12th. It said unable to deliver. And I looked at it. I'm like, this is exactly how he had it printed.
Mm-hmm.
And I doxed him. I went to Google Maps and I'm like, that's not, I want to know if it was like an apartment.
Right.
Right. And I said, maybe he needed an apartment number. And I said, that's a house. So it's like, I messaged him. I said, hey, your package got returned. Is there a suite or is this, because I could tell by the name that it was made up, or is the name not right? And that's what it was. It was the name. He said, I've never had a problem before. So I blame that one on the post office because, like sometimes when people send me stuff, it says BrickTsar or TrainsR or whatever. And it's like, I still get it. I've never heard of anything getting returned. In my post office, they know.
I was going to say my post office
same fake name.
Yeah.
I would at least stick with the same fake name.
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing?
It's just
that's weird.
Yeah, it's I don't understand. It's really the post office's fault, but it's just frustrating.
So somebody sent me a link to something to look at in Reddit. So I looked at it and clicked on a Lego group or something. So now once a day I get this thing from Reddit. Right. So I got one. I think it was yesterday or this morning, and it was so. This guy, he said Bricklink. He said Bricklink problem. Need to answer fast. So he was looking for people to. so he says, I'm somewhat of a new seller, and I noticed that my drawers still have parts in them, but I know that they shouldn't have parts in them. And then I have empty drawers. He said I have empty drawers that it doesn't say they're empty. So there was like 3 or 4 different people trying to like, well, did you check your inventory when you put it in your drawer? Then somebody finally says, you must have clicked the thing that said retain inventory after sold.
Yeah.
So he sold out of all this stuff, but he's still showing he doesn't have any empty drawers available.
I've got the best advice for him. Close your store.
Yeah.
I've actually replied that to people that have asked like, if you can't figure this out, then you don't need to be selling. And I can understand not knowing how to do anything starting off. But those are things you need to figure out before. And it's like you can learn more efficient ways of doing things. But just to ask a question like that, it's like
right. No, I mean, it's kind of hard to imagine, but you go to this little website thing. It's called YouTube. Just type Bricklink in.
Yeah.
There is more people talking about that than you could shake a stick at. So, yeah.
So I have a question because I'm the only non-Bricklink seller here.
Okay.
What would you guys say to someone if they were asking you, should I open a store or not?
Probably not.
I don't know. Did you get this question a lot?
You have to play the long game. Don't think you're gonna open your store and the orders are just gonna day after day, order after order.
Yeah.
So first of all, the first question is, have you ever bought on Bricklink?
Mm-hmm.
And if you've never bought on Bricklink, I don't think you should become a seller, unless you're just you've already understand how it works. But I don't know how you can understand it if you've never used the site. I mean, I used the site for years before I started selling.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I guess my question is why would you want to open a Bricklink store?
Yeah.
I think sometimes people see easy money.
It's not
easy. There's no such thing.
You better enjoy it too.
I'm going to sell a course on how to open a Bricklink store.
Masterclass.
Yeah, masterclass.
There you go.
Give me $39.95 a month, and I'll teach you how to do Bricklink.
Yeah.
And you better enjoy it. You better enjoy sorting, and you better enjoy, just.
It is a completely different Lego hobby than collecting and building mocks.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother world. My Legos, my Bricklink store. Well, and my other advice would be start early, because I started my store. It was closed for probably a year after I'd actually got all the approvals to be a Bricklink store. And I just, started putting things in. But I have a job. And it almost sounded like a boast, but I have a job.
Good job.
I have income. So I'm not dependent. My whole point is I'm not dependent on the Bricklink store. My Bricklink store to this day has not made any money. It has made money, but it has not come out of the hole that I've spent. That's
the money goes back into your store, right?
Right. Yeah. All these little cases are expensive. So start buying those early, or whatever you're going to store in. And mine's all for retirement. When I retire here in another 7-8 years, whatever it is, Jabba's going to beat me somehow. He's worked it out. But because we're the same age, you've worked longer at the same place is what it is. Yeah, I don't get all those extra benefits that you're probably going to get. But when I do hit retirement, whatever size my store is what it's going to be. And then I hope that at that point, it is just not a passive income, but a nice little income and something to keep me and my old body busy. Right. But if
nothing else, it can fund your hobby and something to do in retirement.
At that point, yes, it could just, here's some things. Right now, it is just a drain for me, but I don't run it like I'm trying to make money either. Yeah, I know that, I'm looking for things that are on sale, or I'm constantly buying. I just bought more Acromills cabinets. Buying 4 Acromills cabinets is.
I've been looking. I wish I'd bought more when they were on sale. There'll be another sale, but so I'm waiting on those coupons from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
So when you guys go about picking sets, because like right now at Costco, they've got all these great deals, and I see them, and I always think about you guys, and I wonder, because I know you can go into the Bricklink and it'll show you what the part out value is. Do you say, oh, well, this is 5 times or whatever times, so I just buy it, or do you look at what's in it?
No, you look at the figs that are in it, or the part out value, and you'd like it to be 4 times or better, but 3 times is kind of good enough.
Because. So, like, I picked this up. They had this when we were in Denver. I would have never bought this, except it was $30.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just for the
and it parts out at like $200.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I was telling my wife, I'm like, if I had a Bricklink store, this is the kind of thing you look for, right?
Right.
And individual figures you can usually sell. And that's probably a way somebody could get their store started, is just take the figures from sets, and then put those in the store first at a price that'll sell. And then as you have more time, you can start parting out the pieces. You're more likely. Go ahead.
You can almost recoup your money from the figs, or sometimes make money back from the figs.
I just
one thing ahead.
I wish it wasn't allowed on Bricklink to list an incomplete set The only thing it is messing the figures, because when you look at especially Marvel and Star Wars sets, it's a bunch of the lowest prices are always the incomplete ones, sealed bags, but no figures. Because that's what people do. They take the figures out. And
Yeah.
Well,
Sealed bags, no figures. How is it sealed if you took the figs out?
Yeah, right. But it's you can buy things that aren't very good for, you're not going to sell a lot of the parts. I've realized that, I think, with Friends sets now.
Yeah.
But one that surprised me is like when I did the Chima purge. There's a lot of those weird parts that people buy. I just did an order today, and it had the little Chima heads, it had the little spinner wheels, it had one of the zip cords. I mean, it had several of the zip cords in the wheels, but it's like somebody just bought a bunch of Chima parts.
And the other thing is, you got to have space.
Yeah.
You got to have space to organize it.
And I think the most important thing I ever did is, I learned this from Bricks on the Dollars, doing the drawer method. It doesn't have to be drawers. It could be bead drawers or whatever, but having a numbering system and making it easy for anybody to go, like you see the number, you can pull the drawer, whether you got multiple things in the drawer or not. Because when I started, it was like, okay, where are my plates? Where are my tiles? Right. I was the organization was here. That's a bad place.
No, my wife can come down and pick an order, just because every line in the order will say it's in this drawer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's,
so it's all numbered and organized.
And Joey is an extremist. Jabbo puts one part per drawer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joey and I put 2 parts per drawer. But Joey labels his A and B for front of the drawer and back of the drawer.
I do. Because I don't want my wife to have to think about it, right? And I try not to put like 2 of the same similar parts exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say. Even if you put more than 2, and even not having a divider, just put parts that are completely different.
Yeah.
I
hate the shuffling. I don't want to shuffle through them when I'm looking, so that's why they're divided and they're separate. But I don't try to put 2 gray parts together or 2 black parts together. I will purposely try to make those, which does slow down my sorting at times.
And I've got a couple of places in my store I need to fix where I got drawers that are side by side that have similar parts in them, and I've almost grabbed the wrong one, even though the number's right.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and this is one of them. It's a trans yellow cone with the lip is right next to the trans yellow cones without the lip.
How did that
separate these in the store?
Do you ask yourself, how did that happen? Just out of
that was just a coincidence. I noticed it when I put them away, and I was like, "Oh, this is right next to the other ones," but I never moved.
So Jason, I hope you realize you're going to have to move that couch if you want to start a Bricklink store.
Tanya's right there somewhere.
She's listening, actually. I actually told her, I said, do you want me to go and get on the episode and open up this letter and say, I have a official cease and desist letter, and I'll open it up and it says, stop it, Fiverton gal.
Nice.
She said she's sitting on the couch.
I guess
thanks to you, we've talked more about the couch than we ever had.
Boy, I thought Alex started this. Don't blame just me.
I think he just made an offhand comment, but you've really grabbed hold, taking it to the next level.
Earl, we're an hour and a half in. You want to do some comments?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read them all.
That's fine.
This guy named Jason says, "How dare you guys take audio clips from other content creators and use them out of context? That is something only a YouTube hack would do."
And I would know.
Andrew Mazzari So in episode 87, Earl read my comment, and Jabba went to get his HO scale model of an NS3329. I had to pull over and rewind the video just to see it for myself. Unbelievably cool how he just had one of those laying around in a place where he could quickly find it. And yes, Joey, Lego guy plus train guy is financially dangerous combination. But some of the things that come out of the combo are insane, like the mocks made by, and he's got some people here, British Bricks, Pierce Bricks,
Oh,
and
British Bricks, yeah.
And friend of the show, Glenn Holland. Dude, you says good work. He also forgot what he was going to say. He is definitely one of us.
Yeah.
Johnny G, great show. I like it when you tell us all the Lego that you brought, all the Lego you bought on No Buy November. Speaking of No Buy November, Alex, he won. Alex was the winner.
Yeah. Yep. A contest he was barely in, he won.
I know. Well, as Jason likes to say, he had an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gibson Star Wars collector in Australia and New Zealand, they only have these certified stores owned by a separate company. They are not connected to the VIP program. They have their own, so I hardly ever purchase from them.
So that's exactly how it is in Peru. When we went, it was the certified store. And I think this came up, was it last episode when you were talking about the passports? So I had done another one where, and I think this is what you were referencing up in Idaho. It was like a gold store or something. It's like a Lego recognized store, but it isn't the same, because the one down in Peru, if you were just blindfolded and walked in, you would think you were in a Lego store. It has the same signage, the colors on the wall, everything's the same.
So is it
the prices weren't?
Is it like a franchise, or is it Lego
That's what I
allowed
gather.
you to do it because Lego aren't in those countries?
I think it's a franchise location. And if you go on the store locator on the lego.com website, it calls those locations out as certified stores. Like in Mexico, I think they're that way. Peru, Australia. There's a number of markets. A lot of Eastern European markets are that way as well, I've noticed. So, but yeah, when I was there, I remember at the checkout in Peru, they had their own VIP equivalent. It was, I don't know, it was in Spanish, so I don't know what it said.
Blockhead UK, I'm loving the Lego Space book. My pre-order finally showed up. It's
Good
written
book.
by Tim Johnson, who runs New Elementary. I'm not getting the kickback.
I didn't know that.
All around.
That's why it was so well done.
Yes.
I still got to get that. I canceled my pre-order. I got to reorder it.
Yeah. Well, you can get it on Amazon and Lego.com.
And Lego.
Yeah. I think Lego is what, $10
It's full
more?
price. It's full price on Lego. Yeah.
Chris Cummings, I always preferred the neighborhood model that the trolley rolled through more than Mr. Rogers and learning anything from the show when I was a kid.
That was me.
I love getting the old issues of the train magazines and seeing early model trains that aren't noisy from all the sound effects. I'm a nostalgic for shiny time station. Some of those giant model train club layouts are a scary looking mess of scenery and narrow aisles for the operators. If I may say, I've noticed that the guys who have model railroads oftentimes live to be in their later 70s or early 80s. Yeah, I think it's about
money to retire.
A lot of it is if you're in decent health and you keep your mind occupied.
Yeah,
and
that's a great hobby to keep you going, and because it's not real demanding. Some of them guys operate railroads.
Oh yeah, they treat their model as a railroad.
A working railroad. Yeah, they'll do time cards
and the ones that do the garden stuff, or the I forget what the gauge is, where they can actually ride on the train.
Right.
They build their track like it's a railroad.
Yeah. So have you taken your train out yet, Jason? Are you still waiting?
No, not yet. My city's pretty neglected.
Did you get the museum yet?
Not yet.
No.
No, I'll wait till there's good gift with purchase and whatever.
Yeah. Brittany McCubbin, just what I want. A 1 a.m. wake up call from the AFoOL podcast. Good thing I'm at work. Now I can go back to sleep.
Did you post that at 1 a.m? Because
I don't know what it posted. I don't. Is it because of? Yeah, I don't know. Is it the time zones or what?
Because the time zone. Because I get them at 11 o'clock. Because you're an hour ahead.
So I don't know. sorry to sidetrack the comment. I don't know why people complain about when you posted something. Sometimes I used to get those comments about like, why did you post this at 3 a.m.? Like, it's a video on demand. You can watch it
whenever you want. Yeah.
live stream.
Why are you checking your phone at 3
Yeah.
a.m.?
Right. Yeah.
Biggie John, my first experience with Walmart Plus was so abysmal I may never do business with them again. Made me call back twice, sit on hold for an hour to get a refund when they only shipped one of the 2 items ordered. Yeah.
Why can't you ever get one of those orders where they send too much of something?
I know, like I see those.
Yeah.
I just saw recently somebody posted that they instead of getting the Avengers Tower and a gift with purchase, they got the Avengers Tower and then they got another Avengers Tower. They didn't get their gift with purchase.
That's a heck of a gift with purchase.
Yeah. So they did, I don't know if this is new. I just don't remember noticing this before, but I had placed like 4 orders.
Mm-hmm.
And then on one of my orders, I get the email notification and then I see the receipt, but then it's like 4 boxes. And I'm like, and then I'm looking at the weights of the boxes and I'm like, this isn't right. It's like but then what it was is they had tied all of my orders together. So I had 4 boxes, but it was from 3 different orders. So I thought, oh, they're sending me too much stuff.
Did they combine anything? Did they combine anything from the 2 orders in the same box? Or were all the boxes separate?
No, they were all the orders were separate, but they just put the tracking link for all of them. Even
I got that from Amazon the other day. I got a tracking number, but when I put it into UPS, it showed 2 packages under that. I thought that was so strange.
Yeah.
It's at 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. I was like, wow.
Owen used WoW as North Wayland. I never knew Lego was made in Wrexham. Beats, Breaks, and Bricks. Hey, you guys notice Bricklink got a mobile-friendly version? It makes me happy. All I need them to fulfill their legal obligations as a marketplace to collect Canadian taxes so that I don't have to. They have a mobile-friendly version?
That's what I'm looking at. I wonder if it's a separate.
It looks like the same version to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks the same to me.
I know. It's like you got to blow it up and slide everything over.
Yeah.
Maybe they just got a new phone.
It's like I pick orders on my phone, and so like I can't show an order, but wait, I got an order. I do have an order. So when I go to the order, I put it on my phone, and sometimes I have to blow it up so I can see the numbers. But it looks the same as it does on the website. So I didn't know there was a mobile friendly version.
Yeah, I don't know what or how to get to it is the thing, I guess. It just shows me under V3 version 3. So
somebody bought a Duplo brick. That's amazing.
From you?
Yeah. Because anytime I sell a Duplo brick, everything sells eventually.
Jason, do you know who my Linda Nunes is?
That is Alex's wife.
Is it really?
That's
not
Mindy.
It's Mindy.
It's Melinda.
Oh, he said
Linda. Yeah.
And I know that because I pronounced it that same way. I'm like, oh, it's your Linda. And he laughed.
She loves I don't like Lego.
Yeah, she thought that was hilarious. And by the way, she doesn't. I don't know how she watched because she doesn't even watch our stuff. So I don't know how she watched yours.
How did she find it?
I don't know. I think she heard Alex laughing about it, so she went to see it. She's like, "Oh, I got to hear him make fun of you."
We would never make fun of Alex.
I don't like Lego.
Joey's building a soundboard over there. That's the first thing on it.
Yeah.
You need to have the timeout and there's so many of those bingo card moments that you can do.
Oh, you guys really need to do the bingo card. You guys should put it somewhere that people can download it, and irrelevant or irregardless, it has to be the center square. I mean, it's
like a free space.
It is.
Yeah, when I saw that, it was the day we were going to record, and I got that email. I text Alex. I know what we're talking about first thing. Like, hands down.
Lego builder. I love listening to these while working at a construction. Good deal.
Wow. Don't cut your finger off.
Yeah, I wonder if he's walking around in the high beams.
Yeah.
He's just building Lego.
Yeah. Johnny G. Jabo should identify as a teenage girl that's been into Lego for 2 years. He'd be a shoe-in for the land.
I was like, where's he going with this?
No comment. Just leave it at no comment, Jabo.
Yeah. Arson Bricks, thanks for another great show. I never understood why the early worm did not just stay in bed. One clever pig. The speed scale. Scale? Great question. I would say no. 5 miles per hour is 5 miles per hour, irregardless of size. But I will say this: 5 miles an hour. 5 miles is a lot further for a minifig to travel than it is for you and I.
Well, that's right.
All about perspective.
Yep.
I also heard one of the top words of the year for today's youth is the acronym IYKYK.
If you
Wondering
know, you
if Earl
know.
specifically could help me decipher that one. Well, somebody.
If you know, you know.
I did not know. Blockhead
I think
told
that's
us
what it
that.
is.
Well, I don't know. Tell me what it is.
No. If you know, you know, Jabo. We can't tell you.
This is going to turn into a who's on first, isn't it?
Beats, Breaks, and Bricks. It says it's in beta. You can buy but not sell. What was that? What were we talking about?
Is in beta.
I
don't remember.
Buy but not sell. You're asking us to remember something not from 2 hours ago, but from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Contra Bricks gave us some good comments. Johnny G, I like the video. Even though Lego now has all his money.
Yeah. He's not alone.
You know, I actually I couldn't find anything to buy to get the gift with purchase, even with double VIP points.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was almost going to get stuff to put in the Bricklink store, and I was like, nah.
That's what I ended up doing, getting stuff for the Bricklink store.
Yeah.
Which one?
So I couldn't get my carriage to take my picture.
You want one? I'll send you one.
Here's something that little bobble thing.
Yeah.
So I picked an order yesterday, and they had certain parts, and then I was parting out those baubles, and I'm like, these are the parts that he bought.
Can we just call it an ornament?
It's a bauble.
A bauble.
It is horrible.
Alex got a lot of hate for that. It was so funny. He was mad.
I'd be mad too.
It's like,
I'm like,
if you think his rants are good on camera, you should hear him off camera.
Oh, I bet. Do you have to like calm him down so you can start filming?
No, I just wait until he gets up from passing out.
Mayo says, I'll give you some background about the Orient Express. There's 2 stories floating around that the Orient Express company wanted the locomotive to look like a combo between all the steam engines or identical to the OG locomotive.
Mm-hmm.
The idea set designer based the locomotive on a 1930s French locomotive. That same French locomotive is what most model train companies base their Orient Express sets on. I would have bought the Orient Express if it was based on that French locomotive, which is the SNCF Mikado Class 141 with distinctive tender shipping and smoke deflectors.
That's what my son wanted, the smoke deflector.
Mm-hmm.
My inner TTTE transporter sent me down that whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, so if you so I've been looking at getting a model train of the Orient Express,
Okay.
It's so many different versions.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I get tired of looking because there's so many different versions of it.
Well, the Orient Express has been around almost as long as trains have been
It's kind of
around.
like saying, which Southern Railroad train do you want to get?
Exactly.
Which Burlington
Yeah.
Northern train do you
Right.
want? That's why I think this. People think Orient Express. They think of like one train, but it's basically almost like a railroad.
Yeah.
It's more the route than the train.
Yeah, and it's not even just over the years. I don't even think there is a long route through from wherever it is, China to whatever. But yeah, there's even multiple sub routes off of that. It is definitely.
If it was just one train going across the continent,
did you ever watch Brian's video about that?
About him not doing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not getting it, and I mean, long
the next day,
like 15 minutes.
Don't give away his secret.
Later, if he wasn't posting it by now,
has he posted it?
No, but
we've got a week.
Yeah,
it's got a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting it next day.
Spoiler alert.
Next day.
Sorry, Brian. I'll buy it.
And then Johnny G says he beat Mayo here because his comment was a day before Mayo's. All right, so let's check the leaderboard while we got Jason on.
Is it me?
Let's see.
This is
not Alex.
Still the finale, 164.
Yeah.
We talked
Brian
about
is number 2, 132.
Oh, I gotta remember that as the title.
The Space Train is 131. Alex, I mean, there was a time when Alex was like really down there. He is in 4th place with 126.
Really?
Well, I know it was before I recorded. He was like 2,000, and then like I recorded, and all of a sudden people started watching his. I'm like, what the heck? I was just on there. Why are they watching yours from 6 months ago?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
we need to at some point, whatever. We need to do like a 1 year, maybe twice a year BrickTrains. Good Lord. Bricking news and AFoOL podcast, something a thing together. I know it would be cool to do a live stream.
It would really blow people's minds if we showed up on theirs.
Oh, I'm not sure how we're gonna get in their basement though.
Well, Alex says it's upstairs. Mine's only.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's still in Utah.
That's the bigger issue, not the basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna have to do another something big. We kind of did one. You both were on our the podcast once. That was fun.
Yeah.
So we need to plan. We need to talk about it offline. So
for sure. No, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing. Like we joke about, we make our videos for you guys, and you make yours for us, and then other people can watch or not.
Yeah.
In my case, not. But
you're everybody go join Jason's Bricks and 5 right now. We need to get that number from 1375 all the way to.
Well, actually, I need to update it.
What's really good about Jason's Bricks and 5 is that he is slowly getting to Jason's Bricks and 6 and Jason's Bricks and 7. And
he says about 5.
About 5.
I changed that. I did change that. I don't know. And I have a friend that I work with. Every time it's over 5, he sends me a screenshot with it circled. What is this? But it's funny. I actually had a video, for my channel that was pretty big last week, and it was just a stupid one I recorded. Like, I didn't think anything of it, and all of a sudden I think it's going to be my biggest video.
Wow. It's always something weird that just takes off like that.
Yeah.
Something you don't plan.
I put the word drama in the title and people got all worked up, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife's like, that's clickbait. I'm like, well, kind of, but there really was drama. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was they weren't going to let you use the pick a brick cups for the gift with purchase price, right?
That's what they said. I went up and they're like, oh, they don't count. I'm like, since
What?
when?
Yeah.
Because I was going to get one of 2 sets because I wanted the carriage. That was the thing I went in to get.
Right.
And the set I wanted was $160, so I would have got it. But I said, do you have a damaged box of the Alpine Lodge? Because that's what Tanya wanted. And then they did. I'm like, well, I'll just buy some cups to make the difference. They're like, oh, yeah, it's not going to qualify. Since when? Oh, about 3 weeks ago.
Mm.
So I sat there for like 15 minutes trying to figure out, do I still buy them? Do I put these back? Like, and some of them were mixed. So I was like, I don't know what to do.
You should have just went and dumped them in there. All right, yeah.
I thought about that too. I'm like, But there was a guy that I know who's from the ULUG. He's got a seasonal job, and he went back and talked to the manager, and she's like, oh, that was just the VIP or Insiders Weekend, whatever.
Which I can see.
And Black Friday.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But it sounds like there's confusion about it still, so I don't know.
Now, was the sign still up? Because you had said that there was
no, there was no sign. Because that's why he went back and asked her. Because I'm like, you really should put a sign up. Because a lot of people like me, like that's the only reason I go to the Lego store is to see what's on the pick-a-brick wall. Everything else I can get online or I don't have to go. But that's the big thing. So
I take it you haven't been back to the new store then.
The one up north.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's horrible. It's like and it's funny because I've been to 2 new stores because I went to the one in Idaho. So the pick-a-brick wall is literally the width of a doorway.
It's a closet.
It's tiny, and there's no table like the one that we go to. The main one here. It's behind the counter, and they have the whole desktop, so you can sort your pieces there or whatever. They don't have anywhere like that at the new store.
Mm-hmm.
So
the other new store is the same. So that's like their
the one up in Idaho is the same way. The one in Boise, that's their new thing.
If they remodel an existing store, you think that's the way it'll be? Because
I think so. And it's funny because I asked the gal at the Colorado Mills store. So that's the big store in Denver where they have the factory. And I asked her, I was talking to the manager there about it. And she said, I said, I don't know if it's because, I told her the whole issue. I said, it seems like they're trying to get out of the pick-a-brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wouldn't think it was, I would think they at least break even, if not make money. She said, oh, it's a huge money maker for them.
That's what I've heard. That's what
I don't know what the deal is.
Does that store have a smaller footprint?
Which one?
The new one with the partial pick-a-brick wall?
The newer ones?
Yeah.
I think it's probably about the same square footage as the one in the mall, honestly.
Is it?
The one in the mall is longer, but I don't think it's nearly as wide. But they've got different displays. They've got like a building table and this kind of stuff that they don't have at the old store.
Well, the retail environment has changed quite a bit, and it makes you kind of wonder if they're buying smaller footprint store wise. If this is like a B floor plan and they got like A floor plan, and obviously some of the anchor stores, the bigger stores, they don't even fit. Like the one in Chicago doesn't even fit a floor plan because the way it's a crazy store. It's a great store, but and I like the one in Nashville is a much bigger store. It's been there forever, but it's a much bigger store. They even got the factory in it now, which is going to drag me down there more often now. I have a reason to go, but
I'm like Jason. I don't usually go unless it's for pick-a-brick or an event or something. You in-store only item, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny because they took away like the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And because they didn't want people only coming in on certain days. So what did it do? Now I don't go ever.
Right.
I mean, I haven't been to the store. I have drove past the store so many times recently and not gone because it's like I don't need to go.
See, is that calendar thing again though? Is that all because of COVID? Will it come back, or is it just gone permanently because it is just?
No,
gone?
it was because they didn't want people only coming in on certain days.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I know the one at the mall here. It's busy all the time. Like they have a line, and you have to wait in line to get in, especially right now during the holidays. But
yeah, Nashville was like that. They had an entrance and an exit, and I was like,
they have stanchions, and it goes around because it's in the middle of the mall, but the aisle that goes down to like the restrooms, they're right next to it. So you just basically line up down the hallway.
So is that line to get in? Is that did they have that pre-COVID, or is that since COVID? They only want so many people in there, and they just have never changed.
I mean, I don't remember pre-COVID them limiting people. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I know, you know, when COVID first happened and people were lining up,
Right.
they were lining up down the mall and they were blocking the other stores. And so that was causing a lot of problems, you know, for those other merchants. And so that's why they started going down that hallway.
But yeah, at the Nashville store specifically, because we're just there, so I remember it. But there were several other stores that were had basically the same setup. The stanchions with, you know, the store only has one entrance and exit, and they basically had created a little in and out right there in the door, and had people standing there. I mean, none of the lines were very big, maybe like 5 or 6 people waiting at any one time, but it was it's definitely something.
It's crazy to see, isn't it?
It is. It is. Strange new world we live in.
We don't get to fight over people to get to the thing we want anymore.
Well, and Walmart Black Friday, somebody was telling me they were here. There was like nobody there. They went in.
Get it all online.
I think it's done.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not a bad thing either, because some of that got out of control.
It was ridiculous.
I just wish it was. I mean, I like the online sales, and I don't mind an occasional in-store sale, but make it on Friday. Don't make it on the Sunday before everything's
or entire week. It's an entire week.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Well, that's one of the rants I had a couple weeks ago. I'm like,
know. Black
Friday is every day but Black Friday now. You know, it's in September. Our pre-Black Friday. I'm like, oh geez.
I know you get
that I hate, and I hate the flash sales, because they had like the modular bookshop on sale for $139 like 2 weeks ago on Amazon, and it was only up for 10 minutes, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Amazon's the worst about that too. Yeah. So. All right.
You got a good work, Joey?
I do. I got a little bit here, but yeah.
So I guess we better get out of here.
Okay.
Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed this episode. What is this? What
I think we feel cheated. We didn't break 2 hours.
Oh,
he ain't done talking yet.
Do I need my lips are moving. Well, we want to thank Jason from Jason's Bricks and 5. If you haven't subscribed to him, go over there, check it out. He's just like us. He loves Lego, old Lego, new Lego. But he really loves Oswald. And we hope to have him back again soon. And if you haven't checked out the show that he does with Alex, the Breaking News, it's what always makes us laugh. That's why we're talking about it today. So subscribe to us. We'll be here in a couple of weeks with another one of these. If you didn't like it, Earl's going to move your couch.
Is Tanya still there? She needs to make an opinion. An opinion. She's got an opinion. I had to wait all the way to the end. She's here. You got anything to say to Earl?
No, I'm not going to yell that now. The couch is staying. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. One day.
See you guys.
All right. See you later. Thanks,
Jason.
Thank you.